I know that you are more of a classic car girl.
That's right. My dream is that 57 Bel Air.
I love the classic cars, and I love sports cars, or these super exotic cars too. So I thought for today we'll do a little flashback Friday when I was able to drive 3 super exotic sports cars in Las Vegas, Nevada. You ready?
Excited.
Get excited, yeah. So the driving I did was at World Class Driving in Las Vegas, Nevada. And when doing research for this video, it looks like World Class Driving, the type of driving I did, they no longer offer. They may just be outright out of business. So this is the building where they kept their cars. You can see a nice, really Ferrari there. Then we have a Mercedes-Benz, one of the supercars there. It was so nice.
Beautiful cars.
Yeah, I mean, like a dream come true as a young kid to be able to drive something like this. I'm 6'6". You can see my big body was still able to fit in. It was a little bit of a tight fit.
You look less than comfy.
But I wasn't even thinking about that. So actually, you drive or you meet out at one of the parking decks on the edge of town where you get to choose the cars you're going to drive. And there's 6 different ones. There's a group of like 2 or 3 different people driving the cars. The first car I drove was this Jaguar, and it was beautiful.
That's really pretty.
And it was the most practical of the 3 cars I drove. Next was the Lamborghini, which was an absolute dream come true to drive. And then what I drove with the top down too.
Well, you have to.
Yes. And the Ferrari was built for speed. It was beautiful. I would love to own one to this day.
Sure, we can pick up
Yeah. So we drove out to Red Rock Canyon, which is really on the edge of Las Vegas, to drive the cars. And that's where we did most of our driving. It was really pretty out there.
It's a beautiful backdrop too.
Yeah. So here's a little clip of us making the drive into Red Rock. Now the place said they had some deal with the police so that we could, actually drive them at a little bit of a higher speed. And I'll stop talking here for a second so you can hear the engine. Awesome. I just love hearing that. Like I said, we were able to top out almost each car at about 100 miles an hour. Now, we were only at that top speed for maybe 10 seconds, but what a thrill.
Too fast.
And then here's all the cars driving back into Las Vegas. Yeah, how cool is it to have like 6 super exotic sports cars all in a line like that driving into town? Just awesome. What an experience. Okay, so probably the coolest experience with the whole world-class driving exotic sports cars experience was the very last leg of the trip. I was driving the Lamborghini back into town, and you spent about 10 or 15 minutes, maybe almost 20 minutes in each car. So I was driving the Lamborghini back into town, and I was on the interstate part driving back in, and so people were driving by, like people were like pointing at me like, hey, look at you. And like literally for maybe about a minute worth of time, like I felt like I was a celebrity. Yes. Like I felt like I was like this athlete or like this famous, actor or whatever. Like it was awesome. And it's, so I can't, say enough how cool the experience was. So now like I said, when I was doing research for this, you can still drive the exotic sports cars out in Vegas, but it's at the Las Vegas Speedway that they have out there. I don't know if it would be quite the same experience being able to actually drive the cars out on real roads.
No, I don't think so. It feels more controlled when it's not.
Yeah, so if you are ever able, so Luna knocked down our whole setup. So we're back. So if you're ever able to find be able to drive exotic sports cars in like out on open roads like that, I cannot recommend it enough. It was one of the top experiences I've had, just because as a young boy, you love sports cars. I had the Lamborghini posters, the Ferrari posters, and to finally be able to get in one of those cars, even for 15, 20 minute period or time in my life, it was awesome. And to be able to hit those top speeds, it was something else. So,
I like we had very different posters in our rooms growing up.
we probably had some different posters. So anyways, hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions about the experience at all, just leave it down in the comments below. We will get back with you. And we got some pretty cool travels coming up here real soon. So
Bye, y'all.
bye, everybody.